These are the XREAL Air and this is the XREAL Beam. The XREAL Beam brings 3DOF spatial display technology to the XREAL Air for a more seamless experience. We're going to cover the XREAL Air with XREAL Beam and even compare this to the Rokid Air. Big shout outs to XREAL for sponsoring this video. Let's go ahead and get started. I've already done a full video on the XREAL Air, but I'll run through some of the highlights for you here. The XREAL Air brings a 1080p 201-inch display to your face in the form of sleek, slender sunglasses. It's very lightweight and portable. You can connect it to any of your devices with USB-C or to your iPhone with a dongle. And this is where the XREAL Beam comes in. The XREAL Beam is like a brain for the XREAL Air. This allows you to connect wirelessly to your devices that support Miracast, including your Android smartphone, and it even supports AirPlay on Mac and iOS. And eventually XREAL Beam will be updated to have its own streaming apps right there on the Beam, so you don't even have to have a separate device connected. Taking a closer look at the Beam, you've got a couple of USB-C ports here on the bottom so you can connect a device via HDMI or USB, and of course your power supply there as well. You've got a power button up top. You've got a scroll wheel here with an OK button, plus a back and home button here. On the side, you've got a volume rocker to change the volume. The orange button here is going to change the display mode. The main thing here with the XREAL Beam is that it brings that spatial display experience to everything. Whatever you're casting from your device, you can have the spatial screen experience, and it really takes this to the next level. Before the XREAL Beam, anything that I would cast from my phone would be stationary, but it would follow my head. So no matter where my head went, there the image went as well. There's no spatial display with the XREAL Air by itself, but with the XREAL Beam, it brings spatial display to anything that you are casting from your device. So I can utilize the side view, the body anchor, and even the smooth follow with the XREAL Beam. My favorite view is definitely the side view. I can wear the XREAL Air on my face and walk around the house doing chores and things like that while having a display up in the left-hand corner of my vision. This even works really well outside. So I've tested this outdoors on a bright sunny day. I'm able to keep up with a game or watch my favorite YouTube video in that little box in the upper left-hand corner. It's also great to just have that media playing while you're doing your work, and you can still stay on task. With XREAL Beam, we have 3DOF, which brings body anchor mode. With body anchor mode, you get a stationary adjustable screen that is locked to your body. So even if you move your head around, the screen stays in place. For me, this is great because I can add a second display above my monitor and work on that display on my MacBook while I'm working on my PC at my desk. The smooth follow option minimizes the display's movement, especially when you're in a shaky environment. Maybe you're in a car or a vehicle or in some other form of transportation. You can't help but your body move a little bit, and this really works at keeping the image smooth and still to avoid motion sickness and things like that that can be a part of augmented reality. There are a few major differences between the XREAL Air plus X-Beam and the Rokid Air. The first thing you'll notice is definitely the difference in design. The XREAL Air looks more like a pair of sunglasses. It's a little thinner, a little sleeker, a little lighter. The Rokid Air, on the other hand, is very obviously a head-mounted display. The XREAL Air with the XREAL Beam makes it super easy to connect wirelessly to your device. It's basically just a one-step process. You just Miracast from your device over to the XREAL Beam and you're good to go. The process on the Rokid Air is a little bit more in depth. You have to connect to a wireless network from the GUVUS adapter. And then once you have your phone or other device connected, you've got to scan a QR code to give internet access back to your device. So a few more steps there. It's still very easy to accomplish, but it is much easier on the XREAL Air with XREAL Beam. The other major difference here is with the 3DOF and spatial display. On the Rokid Air, you do have 3DOF, but it's only usable in the AR space within the Rokid app. As soon as you go to projection mode and use the applications on your phone, then you no longer have 3DOF. The XREAL with XREAL Beam brings 3DOF spatial display to everything. So anything you can access on your phone when you're in Miracast mode can utilize that spatial display. Both devices provide a large, high quality, bright, colorful display, but I feel like the XREAL Air with XREAL Beam is definitely more user-friendly. Overall, I've really been enjoying the XREAL Air with XREAL Beam, especially when traveling and when trying to get some work done around the office. Being able to use the spatial display on all of my applications is definitely a game changer, and I feel like this is the way of the future for augmented reality. The XREAL Beam is only $119 and includes a USB-C to USB-C cable, or you can get the XREAL Air plus XREAL Beam bundle for just $488. If you're looking to experience augmented reality, this is definitely a value-friendly way to go. I'll be sure to include links in the description of where you can find out more information about XREAL Air and XREAL Beam and pick one up for yourself. That about wraps it up for this video. Thanks guys for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.